chosen one, welcome. I'm truly glad you're here. Before we begin, take a slow breath in and release it gently. Tonight, you have arrived at a place where your mind can finally rest. A place where your heart can loosen its grip on the day and prepare for deep, peaceful sleep. As you're listening right now, I want you to know something very important. You didn't click this video by accident. You were guided here. Maybe today felt heavy. Maybe your thoughts were louder than usual. Or maybe you've simply been longing for a moment of calm, something safe, something spiritual. Whatever brought you here, I welcome you with warmth, with gratitude, and with deep respect for your journey. My name is gently woven into this moment, but tonight, this story, this peace, this stillness is for you. Let me invite you to let go of everything outside this room, every noise, every expectation, every worry that tried to sit on your shoulders today. You're safe here. You're supported here. And as we begin, I ask you to allow yourself to be present just with your breath, your heartbeat, and my voice. In this space, nothing is demanded of you. You don't need to perform, fix, or figure anything out. Just listen. Just breathe. Just rest. Tonight, I'll share a gentle Buddhist-inspired sleep journey with you, a soft path into serenity. A story that carries the quiet wisdom of Zen, the comforting energy of compassion, and the calming rhythm of the night. With every word, I want your mind to feel a little lighter, your heart a little softer, and your body a little more ready to drift into peaceful sleep. But before we begin this journey, I want to ask you for something simple. If this space brings you peace, if this story helps you tonight, please consider subscribing to the channel. Not for numbers, not for pressure only, so you always have a place to return to when your mind needs rest. A quiet corner of the world that exists just for you. And as you prepare to listen to the full story, I gently encourage you to stay until the end. The calm you'll feel by the final moments is something you deserve to experience fully and deeply. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Let your breath settle into a slow, natural rhythm. Let yourself sink into the softness beneath you, as though the earth itself is holding you with care. You are welcome here. You are safe here. And tonight, you will rest. Before we move deeper into tonight's story, let me gently guide your mind toward a place of complete peace. You don't have to try too hard. You don't have to force anything. Just allow yourself to slowly soften. Moment by moment, breath by breath. Right now, wherever you are, shift your attention inward. Feel the quiet beating of your heart. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. Let this simple awareness become your anchor. In Buddhism, we often begin with mindfulness of the breath, not to control it, but to witness it. Each breath is a reminder that you are alive, safe, and held by the present moment. Take a slow breath in, hold it softly, and release it in the gentlest way you can. Let every exhale carry away the noise of the day, the pressure, the stress, the emotional heaviness you may have been carrying without even realizing it. Feel your shoulders lower. Feel the muscles in your jaw loosen. Feel your hands grow lighter, as if they're letting go of something they no longer need. In this moment, nothing else matters except the calm you're slowly allowing into your body. Let your thoughts drift like clouds in a wide open sky. You don't have to push them away. Simply watch them come and go. This is the Buddhist way, observing without clinging, without resisting. Every thought is just a visitor. Let them visit, let them leave. You remain the sky wide, peaceful, untouched. Now, I want you to imagine a soft, warm light surrounding your head. Not bright, not overwhelming, just gentle. This light represents awareness, inner clarity, the beginning of peace. Feel it slowly expanding down your neck, across your shoulders, down your arms. Let it move through your chest, your stomach, your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. With every breath, this light becomes softer, calmer, more nurturing. You may feel a subtle wave of relaxation moving through your body. This is good. This is what your mind has been waiting for. Permission to slow down, permission to rest. You don't need to be alert right now. You don't need to be strong. You only need to be here. In Buddhist teachings, there is a gentle truth. Peace begins the moment you stop chasing. Tonight, let's stop chasing solutions, chasing perfection. Let the world move at its own speed while you move at yours. Let every breath be slower. Let every moment be softer. If your mind wanders, don't judge yourself. Simply acknowledge it and guide your attention back to the sound of my voice. The goal isn't silence. The goal isn't softness. A soft heart, a soft mind, a soft night of rest. Feel your body sinking deeper into whatever is supporting you. Feel the warmth around you like a quiet embrace from the universe. Feel your heartbeat slowing, your breath deepening, your mind opening to calmness. Now imagine that you are sitting beside a calm lake in the middle of a forest. It's night, but not dark. The moonlight rests on the water like a silver blanket. The air is cool, but comforting. You hear nothing but the soft rustle of leaves and the gentle movements of water. This is a sacred place, sure place of peace. As you sit by the lake in your mind, bring your attention to 3 simple Buddhist calming principles, allowing each one to settle gently inside you. First, impermanence. Everything changes. The pain, the worry, the stress. Nothing stays forever. Let this truth comfort you. Every heavy feeling you carry today is already passing, dissolving with each breath. You don't have to hold on to anything. Second, non-attachment. You are allowed to let go of whatever doesn't serve your peace. Let go of expectations, of worry, of fear. Let them float on the surface of the lake, drifting far away until they disappear. Notice how much lighter your chest feels as you release them. Third, compassion. Turn kindness inward. Forgive yourself for being tired. Forgive yourself for being human. You deserve gentleness from the world, and especially from yourself. Wrap your mind in compassion the way a blanket wraps a sleeping child. Feel the warmth, the comfort, the safety of self-kindness. Let these three principles settle into your breath. Let them calm the movement inside your mind. Let them open a quiet space in your heart where peace can grow. Take another deep breath, slower than before, and exhale as though you're melting into the night itself. Feel your eyelids growing heavier. Feel your thoughts slowing down, like footsteps fading into the distance. Feel your whole being sinking deeper into the softness of the moment. Tonight, you don't have to search for peace. You're already walking in it. You're already breathing it. You are becoming it. Now that your mind is calm, open, and ready, we will begin the gentle Zen story. Let this peaceful foundation carry you deeper into rest and closer to the sleep your soul has been longing for. In the quiet valley of a mountain range wrapped in morning mist, there stood an old wooden temple, worn by time, but glowing with a gentle sense of peace. I remember the very first time I arrived there, exhausted and unsure of myself, carrying the weight of countless restless nights. Back then, I didn't come seeking enlightenment or deep wisdom. I simply came looking for rest, a single night of silence, a place where my mind could breathe. The path leading to the temple was narrow, lined with ancient pine trees that whispered softly whenever the wind touched them. I walked slowly, listening to the sound of my footsteps on the earth. Every step felt like a release, as if the ground itself was pulling the tension out of my body. My breath felt heavy, but the air tasted cleaner than anything I had ever breathed before. I didn't realize it then, but that journey to the temple was the beginning of a transformation I didn't even know I needed when I arrived. I saw an elderly monk sweeping leaves off the path in front of the gate. His movements were slow, deliberate, almost like a dance. Every sweep of the broom seemed to carry purpose, yet there was no rush, no urgency. As I approached, he lifted his head and smiled at me, a smile so warm and calm that my heart softened instantly. "You look tired." I haven't slept well, I replied. My mind keeps running and running, even when my body begs for rest. He nodded as if he had heard this many times. The mind is like a river. When it rains too long, the river overflows. You have been living inside a storm. His words struck me deeply. It felt as though he could see straight into the places I tried hardest to hide. But his presence wasn't intimidating. It was comforting, like he was offering me a space to finally put everything down. He motioned for me to follow him inside the temple grounds. I walked behind him, listening to the soft scrape of the broom on stone. Inside, the air was filled with the smell of old wood, incense, and warm sunlight. The temple was simple, no extravagant carvings, no gold statues, only quiet, open space. A few cushions on the floor, paper lanterns hanging above, a single wooden bell that chimed softly whenever the wind passed. He invited me to sit with him on the wooden steps overlooking a small koi pond. The water was so still, it looked like polished glass. The fish moved slowly beneath the surface, creating gentle ripples that calmed me more than I expected. Tell me, he said, what is it that troubles your mind at night? I hesitated, unsure how to explain the heaviness I carried. It's like I feel like I'm always trying, always worrying, always afraid that I'll fall behind or disappoint someone. Even when I lie down to sleep, my mind is loud, too loud. The monk took a slow breath. Your mind has become your master. It should be your servant. I frowned, confused. He pointed at the pond. Do you see the fish? They move because that is their nature. But the water remains itself. When the water is still, the fish create ripples. But stillness is the nature of water. Your thoughts are the fish. Let them move, but remember, you are the water. His words softened something inside me. Yet I still felt an ache of restlessness. I don't know how to let it go, I whispered. The monk smiled. Then I will tell you a story about a traveler, just like you. He placed the broom beside him, folded his hands in his lap, and began. Many years ago, there was a young traveler who wandered across mountains, deserts, and forests, searching for peace. Everywhere he went, he carried a heavy backpack filled with stones. Not ordinary stones. These stones represented memories, burdens, fears, guilt, expectations. Every time he felt lost or overwhelmed, he added another stone to the bag. And with every step, the bag grew heavier. One day, after years of wandering, the traveler collapsed under a tree. His body trembled with exhaustion. He felt defeated. In that moment, he heard a gentle voice. Why do you carry so much weight? He looked up and saw an old monk sitting beside the tree, much like I am sitting beside you now. When the traveler explained the meaning of the stones, the monk nodded. "Then show me," the monk said. "Show me the stone that weighs the most." The traveler searched through his bag and brought out a large, rough stone. "This one," he said. "This stone holds my fear of failing." The monk took the stone, felt its weight, and placed it on the ground. "And what happened when you placed it down?" he asked. "Nothing," said the traveler. "It simply sits there." "Exactly," said the monk. "Fear only has power while you carry it. When you put it down, it becomes nothing more than a stone." The old monk paused, letting the story breathe. The gentle ripples of the pond filled the silence. I felt something loosen in my chest, as though the words were reaching into the tangled places inside me. He continued softly. The traveler slowly placed each stone on the ground. Fear, regret, worry, sorrow, expectations from others. Expectations he had forced onto himself. One by one, he realized something extraordinary. The weight he suffered from had always been his own choice. The stones never clung to him. He clung to the stones. When the bag was empty, he lifted. It was weightless. For the first time in years, he felt light, and he slept peacefully under that very tree. The monk looked at me gently. "Do you understand?" he asked. I stared at the surface of the pond, watching the reflections of drifting clouds. I think so," I whispered. "You're saying I can put my stones down too?" "You can," he said, "but you must choose to. No one else can place them down for you." I felt my breath deepen. The tension in my shoulders softened, but one question remained inside me, trembling like a leaf in the wind. "How do I begin?" I asked quietly. The monk picked up a small pebble beside him and placed it in my hand. "Begin with one stone," he said. "Something you're tired of holding, and simply put it down. Not forever, not perfectly, not with force, just for tonight. Let your mind rest." I closed my fingers around the pebble. It was smooth and cool. I imagined it becoming one of my burdens, just one, and placing it gently on the ground beside me. Something inside me softened. Something inside me released. The air felt lighter. The world felt quieter. The monk stood up slowly. "Come," he said, "walk with me." We walked through the temple garden in silence. The trees swayed softly in the night air. Lanterns glowed like tiny stars. Every step felt lighter than the last. I could feel my mind slowing, unwinding, opening to stillness. As we reached the wooden bridge overlooking the valley, he said, "Sleep comes not when the world grows quiet, but when you do." And for the first time in a very long while, I felt like I was finally learning how to grow quiet inside that night. As I prepared to rest in the temple's guest room, I placed the pebble on the floor beside the futon, just like the traveler in the story. Just like the monk had taught me, and for the first time in years, I slept deeply, peacefully, effortlessly. As you listen now, allow my story to become your story. Allow the traveler's lesson to become your lesson. Let your mind grow quiet. Let your heart soften. Let your breath guide you into stillness. This is the beginning of your rest, the beginning of your peace, the beginning of your night of deep, healing sleep. When I woke the next morning in the temple guest room, sunlight was gently spilling across the wooden floor. The air was cool, soft, untouched. For a moment, I didn't move. I simply lay there, listening to the faint sound of wind bells chiming outside the window. My mind felt clearer than it had felt in months. No rushing thoughts, no heavy pressure, just stillness. I rose slowly and walked outside into the garden where the monk from the previous Nightmaster Riku was sitting beneath a tall cedar tree, sipping tea from a small clay cup. When he heard my footsteps, he looked up and smiled as if he had been expecting me. "You slept well," he said. I nodded. "Better than I have in a long time." He motioned for me to sit beside him, and without saying a word, he poured me a cup of warm tea. The steam rose gently, carrying the scent of roasted barley. I wrapped my hands around the cup, letting the warmth seep into my palms. After a moment of silence, I asked him, "Master, last night you told me a story about the traveler and the stones. It helped me, it really did, but I still feel like there's more inside me. More that I don't understand. More that continues to trouble me when I look ahead." The monk nodded. The past carries weight, but the future can carry even more. He placed his cup down beside him and looked toward the distant mountains, partially hidden behind thin clouds. "Let me tell you another story," he said softly. "A continuation, in a way, but also something new. A story about another traveler, one who learned not about letting go, but about trusting the path ahead." I leaned back against the tree, letting the shade cover me as he began. "Long ago, there was a young woman who lived at the base of a sacred mountain. She had heard countless stories people told with awe about the monks who lived at the peak. Monks who were said to possess great wisdom. One day, she decided to climb the mountain and seek their guidance, for her heart was filled with fear of the unknown. Her life was changing. Her future felt uncertain, and she could not bring herself to take the next step. When she reached the foot of the mountain, she met an old man who guarded the first trail. He held a lantern in one hand and a walking staff in the other. "Do you know the way?" she asked him. The old man nodded. "I do, but the path changes every day. Sometimes the way is clear. Sometimes it is covered in mist. Sometimes rocks fall and block the trail. So even though I know the way, I cannot show it to you." The young woman frowned. "Then how will I reach the top?" The old man smiled gently. "Take the first step. The mountain will reveal the next." As the monk spoke, wind moved gently through the cedar branches above us, scattering small bits of sunlight across the ground. It felt as though the entire garden was listening. The young woman hesitated, but decided to trust the old man's words. She began her ascent. At first, the trail was easy. Birds sang. Sunlight slipped through the trees. The path ahead seemed obvious, but soon the trail became narrow, then steep, then tangled with roots. Mist rolled in, wrapping around her like a cold cloak. She could barely see a few steps ahead. She began to panic. "How can I walk a path I cannot see?" she whispered. But she remembered the old man's words. "Take the first step. The mountain will reveal the next." So she did. One careful step, then another. Every time she stepped forward, the mist loosened just enough to show the next small piece of the trail. Not the whole path, not the end, only the next step. As she climbed higher, she encountered a fork in the trail, two paths that stretched in opposite directions. She felt fear again. Which one is right? She asked herself. At that moment, she noticed a small leaf falling from above. It drifted down slowly and landed on the left path. She took that as her sign. She walked left as she continued. The trail grew darker. Clouds gathered overhead. Rain began to fall. The ground became slippery. Her legs trembled with exhaustion. She wanted to turn back, but every time doubt tried to consume her, she would repeat quietly to herself, "Just one more step. The mountain will reveal the rest." The monk paused and looked at me with soft, observant eyes. "That is how life truly is," he whispered. "We are not meant to see the whole path, only the step in front of us." He returned to the story. Eventually, the young woman reached a plateau where the rain stopped and the sky opened. There, she saw an elderly monk sitting beneath a stone archway. His eyes were closed, but he spoke as though he knew she had arrived. "You've climbed far," he said without looking at her. She nodded, exhausted. "But I'm still unsure." Every step felt uncertain. Every moment felt dangerous. How do I trust the path when I don't know what comes next? The monk opened his eyes and looked at her kindly. "The future is not meant to be seen," he said. It is meant to be lived. She did not understand at first. So he continued. When you walk in darkness with a lantern, the lantern does not show you the entire forest. It only lights what is directly before you. But that is enough to keep moving. The mountain teaches the same truth. Life unfolds step by step. If you try to see the entire journey at once, you become overwhelmed. But when you trust the next small piece of the path, you can climb any mountain. The young woman looked at her trembling hands. I'm afraid, she admitted. Fear is natural, the monk said. It means your heart is awake. But fear does not have to stop you. Fear only means you are stepping into the unknown. Yet the unknown is also where possibility lives. He placed a small stone into her palm. Carved into it was a single word. Now, walk the mountain one now at a time, he said. The rest will reveal itself. The young woman bowed in gratitude and continued her climb. This time, she no longer fought the mist, nor the uncertainty, nor the shifting path. She simply walked, one moment at a time. And with that, the summit revealed itself slowly, quietly, and naturally, just as the monk had promised. Master Riku finished the story and looked at me with a softness that felt almost like a warm blanket around my chest. Do you see? He asked. Peace does not come from knowing the whole path. It comes from trusting the next step. I felt a deep breath move through me, slow, grounding, present. I've spent so much time trying to understand everything, I whispered. Trying to figure out where my life is going, worrying about what will happen, trying to control the future. And how heavy has that been? He asked gently. My throat tightened. Very heavy. The monk nodded. The future is a mountain. If you try to carry the entire mountain on your back, you will collapse. But if you climb one small step at a time, you will rise. We sat in silence for a long while. The sound of wind, the leaves, the distant temple bell of it blended into a soothing rhythm that wrapped itself around my heart. Finally, the monk spoke again. Last night, you learned how to put down the stones of your past. Tonight, you learn how to walk without fearing the future. He placed his hand on my shoulder. You do not need to see your whole life. You only need to see this moment. His words moved through me like a gentle wave, clearing the fog inside my mind as the sun drifted lower in the sky and the light softened. I felt something deep within me shift, something quiet, something peaceful. I didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but for the first time, I didn't need to know, because just like the young woman on the mountain, I, too, was learning to trust the next step. And as night began to fall once more over the temple, wrapping the world in a peaceful glow, I realized something simple, yet profound. The future would come. The path would unfold, and step by step, I would find my way, just as you will. To dot, close your eyes gently. Let the world around you soften, as though it is slowly dissolving into a quiet night sky. You have listened. You have breathed. You have opened your mind to peace. Now, allow your body to enter a state of deep, healing rest. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Hold it softly, and exhale like you're releasing a long, invisible sigh. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Feel your entire being sinking a little deeper with every breath you take. Let the cushion beneath you, or the bed underneath you, hold your weight completely. You don't need to lift yourself anymore. You don't need to carry anything. The night holds you now. The universe holds you now. You are safe. Bring your awareness to your forehead. Imagine a soft wave of warm light passing over it, melting away tension, melting away thoughts, melting away the leftover noise of the day. Feel that warmth glide gently down your face, unclenching your jaw, relaxing your cheeks, softening your eyes, smoothing every line of stress. Your entire face is now loose, open, peaceful. Now guide that warm light to the back of your head. Let it spread down your neck, soothing every tight muscle, as though someone is brushing your worries away with a gentle hand. Feel your shoulders dropping just a little more. They have carried so much. Let them release it. Let them fall naturally. Let them be free. Feel the warm light slowly move down your arms, past your elbows, down to your wrists, and into your fingers. Each finger relaxing one by one, like petals unfurling in slow motion. Your arms are now weightless, soft, resting. Surrender a little deeper. Bring your focus to your chest. Feel your heart be steady, calm, present. This rhythm has been with you your entire life, working tirelessly, even when you are asleep. Let each beat remind you that you are alive, that you are safe, that you are guided. With every inhale, feel your chest rising like a gentle tide. With every exhale, feel it lowering like waves returning to shore. Now imagine a soft, golden sphere glowing inside your chest. This is your inner stillness, your inner sanctuary, your quiet center. With each breath, watch this golden sphere expand, just a little, filling your chest with warmth, filling your ribs with calm, filling your entire torso with peace. Let that golden glow travel down to your stomach. Feel your belly soften, releasing the tightness you didn't even know you were holding. Let the warmth sink deeper into your abdomen, your hips, your lower back, all softening, untangling, surrendering to rest. Now feel the warm light move down your thighs. They grow heavy, relaxed, settled. Your knees release tension. Your calves loosen. Your ankles soften. And finally, the warm glow reaches your feet. Feel your toes relax. Feel the soles of your feet soften. Feel every sensation slowly fade, replaced only by peace. Your whole body is now wrapped in a cocoon of calm, a soft, warm, golden stillness, as though you are floating between earth and sky. Weightless, peaceful, free. Now invite your breath to become even slower, even deeper, even softer. Inhale. Draw in calm. Exhale. Release everything else. Let your breath fall into its own natural rhythm. Quiet, steady, effortless. Now imagine you are back at the temple pond from the story. The night is quiet. The moon is high, glowing softly in the sky. The water is perfectly still, like a mirror reflecting the stars. Sit at the edge of the pond in your mind. Feel the coolness of the night air brushing gently against your skin. Hear the faint rustle of leaves. Sense the softness of the world around you. Near you, on the ground, lies a small, smooth stone. It carries the last piece of worry you have held onto today. Pick it up gently. Feel its weight, its shape, its meaning. Now take a deep breath in. And as you slowly exhale, place the stone onto the ground beside you. Watch it leave your hand. Watch it stop being your burden. Watch it simply become a stone again. You have released it. You have placed it down. You are lighter now. Stay here in your mind, by the quiet pond breathing, as though the entire world is at peace. There is no past here. There is no future. There is only this moment, this breath, this serene night. Let the monk's voice echo in your heart. You are the water, not the ripples. You do not need to see the whole path. You only need to see the next breath, right? And right now, your next breath leads you into sleep. Your body is relaxed. Your mind is soft. Your heart is calm. Now visualize a gentle darkness, warm, velvety, comforting, beginning to surround you. Not an empty darkness, but a nurturing one. A darkness that holds you with tenderness. A darkness that feels like being wrapped in a soft blanket. It is the darkness that brings dreams, healing, and rest. Let yourself fall into it. Let it cradle your thoughts. Let it whisper to you, you can sleep now. You deserve to rest. Feel your breath growing slower. Your thoughts growing quieter. Your entire being drifting, floating, sinking into peaceful slumber. If any stray thought appears, imagine it as a small leaf floating on the pond. Watch it drift away. Watch it disappear into the night. Return to your breath. Return to your stillness. Return to your peace. You are safe. You are held. You are loved by the universe more deeply than you know. Allow yourself to fall into the deepest, most restful sleep. A sleep that heals. A sleep that restores. A sleep that brings you back to yourself. Inhale peace. Exhale the world. And drift. Drift deeper. Deeper still. Into the quiet heart of the night. Sleep now, dear one. Let your soul rest. Let your body restore. Let your mind dissolve into the soft, eternal calm. You are safe. You are guided. You are drifting into the most peaceful sleep of your life. I allow the room to become softer around me as I breathe in gently and release slowly. Like waves folding into the shore. In this quiet moment, I feel a gentle softness settling inside my mind. Nothing is urgent. Nothing is demanding. Everything begins to slow down, like a lantern dimming at the end of a peaceful night. I welcome the silence that moves toward me like a warm embrace. I allow this silence to cover me gently, like a soft blanket. I feel myself drifting deeper into a calm, still space where nothing from the outside world can disturb me. My breathing becomes slower, smoother. I inhale peace. I exhale any heaviness that has followed me throughout the day. My body responds to this stillness as if it has been longing for it for a long time. My shoulders loosen. My jaw relaxes. Even the tiny muscles around my eyes soften effortlessly. I feel the calming presence of silence filling my chest, expanding it with comfort and ease. In this soft silence, I feel safe. I feel protected by the universe. I feel held gently, like a leaf floating on quiet water. As my thoughts slow down, I begin to hear the whispers of gentle truths rising from deep within my spirit. These quiet truths feel like kindness. They feel like acceptance. They feel like a reminder that tonight I am allowed to rest deeply, completely, without any resistance. I let the silence fill the spaces between my thoughts until everything becomes warm and slow. I allow myself to enter a quieter vibrational state where peace becomes a companion sitting beside me, surrounding me with a soft glow. In this silence, I invite healing. With each breath, I sense a cleansing energy flowing from my heart outward into my entire being. This energy feels like soft light moving through my fingertips, my spine, my legs, and finally settling around my feet like calm, warm sand. I breathe into this warmth and allow myself to surrender more deeply. Every inhale carries comfort. Every exhale releases tension. I am slowly letting go of the day, every memory, every worry, every noise. They drift away like clouds dissolving into a clear sky. Now I begin to whisper gentle affirmations into this quiet space of my mind. letting each word sink deeper than the last, like stones settling at the bottom of a still pond. I allow these affirmations to hold me gently as I prepare for sleep. I am calm. I am safe. I am deeply protected. I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. As I repeat these words slowly, they become softer, almost like blessings being placed upon my heart. I feel a shift inside my chest, a subtle releasing, as if something heavy has been lifted. I welcome this lightness. I breathe it in. I let it stay with me. I am letting go of the day. I am letting go of old worries. I am letting go of every thought that no longer serves my peace. In the softness of this moment, I remind myself that rest is not a luxury, is a spiritual gift. I am worthy of deep rest. I am worthy of peaceful sleep. I am worthy of calmness touching every corner of my spirit. Tonight, I embrace rest with open arms. I surrender to it fully. My mind becomes slow, like water. My heartbeat grows gentle, like a quiet drum. My breaths move like soft whispers. I feel myself sinking deeper into comfort, deeper into stillness, deeper into a peaceful emptiness where all noise fades away. With every passing moment, my body becomes heavier, like it is sinking into clouds. My thoughts become lighter, floating away like feathers carried by a breeze. I am open to healing. I am open to peace. I am open to the quiet transformation that happens during deep, nourishing sleep. A warm glow surrounds my chest as I breathe. I imagine a soft light traveling upward to my mind, quieting every restless corner. This light dissolves any leftover tension, melting it like ice under morning sun. My mind becomes clear, spacious, quiet. I feel myself merging with the silence, becoming part of it, allowing it to soothe me on the deepest level. I am grateful for this silence. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for the rest flowing toward me like a gentle river. I let the silence deepen. I let it stretch into every part of my awareness. It wraps me like a cocoon, keeping me safe, warm, and deeply relaxed. My breath becomes the only sound within me, a soft, rhythmic wave. I ride that wave, letting it carry me closer to deep sleep. I welcome peaceful dreams. I welcome healing dreams. I welcome dreams filled with clarity and comfort. I feel my body drifting, floating, loosening its grip on the physical world. My limbs feel warm and heavy. My eyes feel soft and closed. My heartbeat feels like a slow drum, guiding me toward rest. The silence within me grows wider, deeper, more nurturing, like an endless sky filled with gentle moonlight. I am peaceful. I am whole. I am deeply loved by the universe. Every affirmation feels like a prayer. Every breath feels like a blessing. Every moment feels like a gentle path guiding me toward the deepest rest I have ever known. I am drifting. I am floating. I am releasing. I am ready for deep sleep. I am ready for healing. I am ready to rest completely and peacefully. As I surrender, I feel wrapped in kindness, enveloped in protection, held by the quiet wisdom of the universe. Nothing can disturb this peace. Nothing can interrupt this rest. The night is gentle, the silence is soft, and my spirit is calm. I breathe once more slow, peaceful, allowing the final layer of tension to melt away. And with the next exhale, I allow myself to drift into deep, restorative sleep, knowing I am safe, guided, and enveloped in serene, loving silence. I allow the world around me to grow softer as I slowly settle into this moment of deep rest. The sounds fade, the thoughts grow lighter, and I feel a gentle silence settling into my chest. It is a silence that does not feel empty, but comforting, warm, safe, and deeply peaceful. I breathe in and feel my body soften. I breathe out and feel my worries dissolve into the quiet darkness of the night. In this soft silence, nothing has to be done. Nothing has to be achieved. I am simply here, resting, surrendering, letting myself be held by peace. My breathing becomes slower now, like gentle waves touching the shore and pulling back into still waters. I sense my mind loosening its grip on everything it carried today. The thoughts that once felt loud and heavy now float away like tiny lanterns drifting into the night sky. I watch them disappear one by one until all that remains is a calm, open space within me. A space that feels like home. A space I have longed for without realizing. I let the silence move through me like a warm wind. It touches my forehead, releasing tension I didn't know I was holding. It moves behind my eyes, softening every tight corner. It runs down my neck and shoulders, making them heavier, warmer, and incredibly relaxed. This silence feels like a gentle hand resting on my back, steadying me, grounding me, telling me that it is safe to let go, safe to rest, safe to fall into sleep. With every slow breath, I sink deeper into myself. The world outside grows distant, almost dreamlike. My body begins to feel weightless and heavy at the same time, weightless in the mind, heavy in the limbs. I can feel a pull, gentle and inviting, as if the universe is softly guiding me inward. I welcome that pull with gratitude. Tonight, I do not resist rest. Tonight, I let myself drift naturally into the soft darkness that calms me in this quiet space. I allow gentle affirmations to rise within me, like lotus petals opening slowly in the moonlight. Each affirmation feels like a blessing being whispered into my spirit. I let each one settle deeply. I am safe. I am calm. I am protected. As I repeat these words in my mind, they begin to echo softly, creating ripples of comfort throughout my body. My muscles loosen even more. My breath deepens without effort. My heart beats slowly, steadily, like a drum, guiding me toward healing sleep. I release all worries from today. I release every heavy thought. I release anything that tries to steal my peace. These affirmations strengthen the silence around me. They make it richer, heavier, more nurturing. I feel myself sinking into it the way a tired traveler sinks into a warm bed after a long journey. The silence does not judge me. It simply holds me gently and without condition. I allow a warmth to spread across my chest. It moves up to my throat, calming my voice within. It moves down to my stomach, loosening every knot of tension. Then it spreads through my arms, my legs, my hands, and my feet until my entire body feels wrapped in softness like warm cloth. Like a quiet night sky, like peace given a shape. I am worthy of deep rest. I am worthy of healing sleep. I am worthy of peace touching every part of my spirit. As I breathe in, I feel peace enter my body. As I breathe out, I feel any remaining stress leave me completely. The rhythm of my breath becomes the rhythm of my soul. Slow, gentle, steady. I let this rhythm carry me closer to dreams filled with clarity and light. I let this silence cradle me like a calm river, carrying me to a place where I am free from worry, free from pressure, free from noise. I accept peace fully. I accept calmness deeply. I accept the healing that happens when I sleep. My eyelids feel heavier now, as if they are being guided softly into rest. My mind becomes foggy, slow, warm. Thoughts rise like bubbles and then disappear before fully forming. I am drifting into a beautiful space between wakefulness and sleep, where everything feels soft and safe. I feel myself merging with the silence, becoming part of it, letting it seep into my pulse, my breath, my bones. I am grateful for this night. I am grateful for this silence. I am grateful that I can rest deeply. The room around me fades now, losing shape, losing edges. The softness inside me grows larger, more comforting. I allow myself to collapse into it completely. Nothing is required of me. Nothing is expected of me. I am free to rest, free to sleep, free to heal. My breath becomes a whisper. My thoughts become a dream. My body becomes still and open to rest. The silence deepens. The peace expands. The night embraces me. I surrender fully now. I release everything. My spirit becomes still as a quiet lake. My mind becomes open as an empty sky. My body becomes heavy, warm, relaxed. I allow the final layer of tension to dissolve like mist, disappearing with the rising sun. And as I breathe one more soft breath, I let myself drift into deep, nourishing, uninterrupted sleep. Wrapped in silence, held by peace, guided by calmness, and protected by the gentle energy of the universe. As this peaceful journey comes to its gentle end, I feel my breath steady and calm, like a quiet stream flowing under moonlight. I allow myself to stay in this softness a little longer, resting in the comfort that has wrapped around me throughout this entire experience. My heart feels lighter now. My mind feels clearer. My spirit feels calm, as if a long, tired chapter has finally dissolved into stillness. I sit with this moment, letting gratitude rise slowly within me. Gratitude for the quiet. Gratitude for the inner peace. Gratitude for the simple opportunity to rest without pressure, without noise, without fear. I let this gratitude warm my chest like a soft glow, filling me gently, quietly, peacefully, gracefully as I prepare to close this session. I remind myself that this calmness is not temporary. It is something I can return to at any moment. It lives within me like a small flame that never goes out, no matter how loud or heavy the world becomes. Whenever I need rest, whenever I need grounding, I can come back to this silence, this breath, this peaceful space inside my heart. I allow my breath to deepen one more time, slowly drawing in comfort and slowly releasing any last bit of tension that might still linger. The night feels gentler now. The air around me feels softer. My mind feels ready to drift into deep sleep, knowing I have been guided by calmness and protected by serenity. If I am already drifting, I allow myself to continue drifting. If my eyes are still open, I let them grow heavy. I do not force anything. I simply follow the natural flow of my body, letting it guide me into rest. Thank you for sharing this quiet moment with me. Thank you for choosing peace tonight. Thank you for allowing yourself to pause and breathe and soften. You deserve this rest. You deserve this calmness. You deserve every gentle thing that the universe has prepared for you. As I fade into the final silence of this night, I allow sleep to come naturally, softly, without any resistance. And I let this peaceful energy stay with me long after the audio fades, guiding my dreams, healing my spirit, and carrying me into a new day with clarity, light, and ease. Good night, sweet soul. May your sleep be deep. May your dreams be peaceful. And may you wake tomorrow with a calm heart and a softened mind.